Sorry, this is part 2 because it just literally just decided to just jump out. But I was just, hello, my name is Asherah, I probably should start with, and welcome to my very unique channel where I am researching mental health as in psychosis and DID, dissociative identity disorder, with psychic superpowers, spiritual awareness, spiritual ascension, Kundalini awakening perhaps in some cases. And I'm just kind of comparing what we deem to be mental health. Is it actually mental health, or are we going through a spiritual evolution? Are we going through a physical evolution? Is the concept and the realities that we have been led to believe, which are all theory based at the end of the day. Time is a theory. We didn't measure time like this before. Mathematics equations are theories. Philosophies that they come up with are theories. Mathematical equations are theories. Probabilities, they're probabilities and hypotheses. All of these are theories. They're not based in fact. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, we don't even know if what we know is a true reality. For example, who really knows if we actually went to Mars? Who has absolute concrete evidence that we actually went to Mars? Because I would like to know. Because it's so conflicting. You know what I mean? It's very, very conflicting. Even the imagery, like years later, when they're investigating imagery that they've sent, trying to look like they actually landed on Mars, they're now saying was fake and put together. So, we don't even fucking know shit. I should probably end this little video on it because it's been stuck in time.
What is this? Somebody is heartbroken because someone reversed an ending.
Yeah.
With somebody. A Leo? Clarify the sun.
Mine's a Leo. The person that I'm referring to is a Leo.
Oh, a Libra.
I don't know a Libra. Oh. I say I don't know a Libra.
Child.
I don't know a Libra within this circle that I know. But there are also external players.
That's been, I guess, going back between the two of them, went back and had sex with this fire sign. Child. So she all in her feelings, or she's in her feelings because this Libra is all in their feelings because a man ghosted her and went back to a fire sign that they're sleeping with now, with this Ace of Wands. So they feel rejected. Ciao. And somebody feels like they're not going to get a new start with this Hierophant energy because they couldn't move something forward, and they're worried that they're being seen as a bad investment. The Seven of Pentacles reverse. So she feels like they didn't have success, and it wasn't just her. It was her and a fire sign that were coming at you, whoever you are, okay? But now that it's all over, she's feeling like, wait a minute. Well, she didn't have success getting divine feminine's energy either. Why are you going back to her? So she feels like
3 reasons why you should stop.
I don't like when the reading starts to get a little bit passa. Do you know what I mean? With the he said, she said, who's doing who, who's doing what, because I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? But I do understand the storyline, because I understand from getting downloads that there are certain storylines that come to me, and I'm not about being in people's business, but sometimes it's like, say, spirit operates on some fucking, those old day operating systems where you would put a connect call in and they push the little wire in, and they say, hello, how may I connect your call? And then they say where they want to be connected to, and they say just a minute, and then they plug out one thing and push it in the other. That's how sometimes it feels. It not visually, but spiritually. Because sometimes I'm just sitting down here and I'll be watching YouTube, and next thing you know, I'm hearing voices like I'm listening to a telephone fucking conversation. And I can clearly recognize the two voices that I can fucking hear. Or I'm seeing 2 people sitting down in a fucking house somewhere on a fucking city chatting shit. And what they're talking about is coming directly to me. And not only what they're chatting about is coming directly to me, downloads are also coming to me, connecting other people. I'm just like, what the fuck? What is going on? As a spirit, I don't even want to know. Some of the bullshit that I see, I'm like, there's no fucking way. Spirit, seriously. Like, don't get me wrong. If Spirit shows me something, I'm telling you right now, it's fucking gospel. Even when it's so fucking far-fetched. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, even when it's so fucking far-fetched, like, I don't know. Not even far-fetched, but imagine seeing imagine seeing a vision of somebody you know, good, in the church. Getting backshot out by somebody else that you know in the church. That's your download. You're like, what? What? One, why have you been shown that? What has it got to do with me? Yeah? Why am I seeing, and why is that man in that position anyway when he's a churchman? And what's that man got to do with the churchman anyway? I didn't even know them two knew each other. And then later on now, as the months go by, you get to find out, say, there is a link for true between that man and that man. And you're like, no. What on there? Remember the vision that Spirit showed you with that one giving out back shot to that one, and that one's the big time head up in the church, man. This is what it's like. Spirit will download some fucked up shit, and you're like, nah. And then two, you come to understand, yeah. Not only yeah, but yeah. You're like, nah. It's a mad thing. That's why now, anytime Spirit downloads something to me, I just accept. Yeah, man. I just log it in the Akashic records. Do you know what I mean? I don't put nothing past nobody no more, because guess what? And I've also learned though, because let me tell you something, especially like in the early days, I used to get downloads and think that they were always about this reality. And sometimes I might get a download and I'd go over and give a message, and they're like, no, what are you talking about? No, it's the opposite. It is, but it's the opposite. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, imagine if it was the story, but instead of it being about the dad, it's about the mom. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, where? How comes it's true, but it's on, you know what I'm saying? But I weren't, these are in early days, you know, like I'm thinking about it, but I don't understand why that's the reason. And the reason why that is the reason is sometimes when you get a message or a download, it's not always for this realm. It's not always for this reality. It's not always for this universe. We live in a multi-universe. So sometimes it's pertaining to one of the other realities. But I didn't realize I was quantum leaping. Because that's basically what it is. Quantum leaping. I didn't realize that was going on. And the crazy thing is, when I was growing up as a kid, that was my favourite show. Quantum Leap. My man and Ziggy. Sam and Ziggy. You know what I'm saying? Sam. And again, it's the same thing. He just literally leave a body, he's astral projecting through, and he's just ended up in a new body. And every time he ends up in a body, it's a different scenario, and he has to figure out what happened and who killed who, so that the person that he is can get out of jail, or the person he's connected to can get out of a sticky situation. And sometimes he's come through as a woman. He's never wore a pair of heels in his life and he's got to wear heels. Or sometimes they come through and he's in the middle of a stage and he don't even know the dance routine. Like, wherever it ends up, that's where it ends up, because he's quantum leaping. You know, these are not fairy tales. The reason why there's films and books and everything else out there is because these are people's experiences. We're just not clocking that actually the experiences that these people are having is not the what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit? I just had it. Status quo, no. I literally just had it at the tip of my tongue, you know. You see, I don't argue when I've got something and then I lose something, because it's supposed to happen that way. Does that make, like, the biggest challenge I had to learn is that, Asherah, there are no mistakes. You cannot make a mistake. Everything was written, and it's not even you walking the path or talking the path. So how can you make a mistake? Just chill out and just observe. I sit as the observer in my head, watching me do what I do, both on a physical level, both on a mental level, and both on an astral level. When I'm talking to the ancestors and when I come out my body, like, they will come down and deal with me while I'm still in a 3D. But I'm also able to just go up and just wake up in celestial realms. You know, there's sometimes, you know, like when I was first learning to do it, I didn't know I could do it. I was just frustrated, and I was like, nah, you're saying it's like the Matrix. You know what I mean? Because I'm gassed up now because they're telling me it's like the Matrix. It's like the Matrix. You just, if you want to level up, you just level up, and you just get the download and you level up. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, well, prove it then. I want to see it. I want to see it. You're telling me I can level up. Level me up, man. So I'm clapping on my hands, clapping on my legs, 2 feet on the ground. Put my hand on 2 feet on the ground. Put my hand on my knees and was like, yeah, level me up. Level me up. And I just went into my trance because I've been doing this trance, putting myself in this trance-like energy from probably 2012. I don't know, but before 2019, as I'm transitioning into my higher self is transitioning into my physical body. Obviously, my abilities are enhanced in it. But back in the days, that's what it was like for me. Like, in order to get, now I don't have to do that. But back then, that was a way of me getting into my 5D energy. You know what I mean? So them are the things that I was doing back then, which is why, what was I saying? Oh, spirit, stop jumping. You see, like, literally, I'm talking, and as I'm talking, the thoughts are quantum leap, like you know, all right, that's what they want me to do. Okay. The reason why, because I was just about to say, it's like my brain and not my brain, but you know, the lyrics from my tongue. It's like I can feel them being ripped out of my mouth. I'm literally trying to talk them, and I can feel them literally coming away from my mouth. So when I just said that, I got a download of a stretching look, and then Spirit gave me a flash of a dream memory. That's what they want me to talk about. Okay, so the flash of the dream memory and that stretching was that a couple of months ago, and I did do a video as soon as I woke up to tell you about what happened. I had a dream. It's not really a dream, but it is a dream, because you know when I talked about the 4th and astral projection yesterday, I talked about astral projection through the mind, where you're just mentally projecting yourself. And then I talked about astral projection through the physical, where you're actually bringing particle matters with you. So that means you can go to somebody's house and pick up a phone and then bring that phone back with you. The phone won't go with you straight away, from what I've read up on it, because the girl told me this is what she does. So I did some research around it. But within a few days, the phone will be there. So you can literally go in the 4D, go in people's yards, go in sacred spaces, pick up shit and bring it back into the 3D. All right. Let's not just Google it and see if that's, because there's books on it. There's books on it. So this isn't me saying it. This is what I've come to read and understand, because I didn't know this fucking shit either. So anyway, that's the second level of astral projection, and then the third level of astral projection is in the dream state. Yeah, it's in your dream state where you consciously close your eyes, your body goes to sleep, and then you project in it. Whereas the other times you're awake and projecting, or at least you can be, or you should be. So this is sleep astral projection. So I've quantum leaped in my sleep. Yeah. And I'm now in this room about to have a meeting with the man I was married with. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I here? I already know that I've cut ties with this nigga. So why am I in dream state with this nigga? You know what I'm saying? So I'm already questioning, because I'm conscious in my dreams. I'm observing as I'm in the dream. And if there are things that I don't like, I will just stop the dream and rewrite it. You know what I mean? And play it out how I want it to play out, because it's my dream at the end of the day. I get to decide this reality, and I'm very much control of the fucking reality. What the fuck do you think this is? So, but within levels. So anyway, now I have to sit down with him, because apparently there's the energy of it is a meeting's about to take place, because my man's gonna sat at the table. Yeah. And then I've sat down at the table to have this meeting because this woman's walked in, but the way the woman walked in was kind of weird. Anyway, but the point I want to get to is that before the woman sat down, my man, because he sat there and I've sat here, has dropped his pen on the floor. This probably doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm sharing all of this bit with you, but the point is he leaned his head over, trying to kind of like get close to me, trying to smell me and stuff like, you know what I mean? Like he's trying to reminisce and remember certain fucking shit. So I'm like pissed off, like this fucking crazy nigga is trying to do that. So I've pushed him away. So I've said to the woman, look at this bullshit. I'm not sitting down with this fucking... I'm not swearing at her, but I'm just letting her know. If it's carrying on like that, I'm not doing this meeting. Like I said, I get to decide if I'm doing something or not. But I'm also in a reality that's playing out with actors in it. So just like this reality is playing around with actors, don't get it twisted. That dream reality is the same thing, playing around with these fucking actors. So I've got off the table, because he's done it a second time. I've got off the table, got away from the table and stood up from the table, got up from the seat and said, nah. So I've said to the woman, listen, this ain't happening. So she's gone, Asha. And I've turned to her and I've said, because I'm in a dream, yeah, which I'm controlling. And this woman has just looked at me in my fucking eyes, yeah, in the dream, yeah, and called me Asha. And don't get me wrong, people talk to you in the dream all the time. I was just telling Wasteman off, but this was a way she looked at me like, you see the conscious me behind the avatar me in the dream? The me behind the me in the dream went, huh? Because I'm thinking in it. I'm talking to my avatar in the dream, and it like I'm in my avatar's head. So I'm consciously talking to them through their head in the dream. So I've gone, huh? And my avatar's gone, what? You can see, like, Asha. And she's gone, yeah, Asha, listen, I've been sent here by the Almighty to tell you. Something like, this is a trap. And I've gone, what the fuck? You can see me. You can see me. You know my name's Asha. She's gone, yes, Asha. The Almighty has sent me to tell you. I said, what the fuck? I knew it. I'm saying I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it in this dimension, and now I know it in that dimension. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. So I've gone, yeah. So she's gone, she's gone, look. So when we've gone over, looked out the window, some men, I've recorded this, so if I can't remember the fucking dream word for word, I've recorded it already, so it's already whatever. But when we look out the window, there's some men coming in. So I'm like, what? So she's gone, go now. Wasteman's still at the table, you know. He ain't moved. So we've both run and gone down the stairs. And I've said, don't open the door, don't open the door. And she's opened the door and she's let these two men in. And the two men have ran past me and gone up the stairs. And she's gone, go now, go out the house. And I've gone like, go where? I'm awake in the fucking dream. I'm consciously awake in the dream, controlling this fucking avatar in the dream. Go where? I see a quad bike. I jump on the quad bike. It's like Diddy Kong races. I'm going down the road in this quad bike. I'm getting chased by two guys now. Where have they come from? But it's like spies watching me for true. In the dream. No different than in this reality. Let's not get it twisted. We're going so slow on these quad bikes. I'm looking behind. It's like slow motion. It's like a slow fucking motion thing going. One of them, I don't know what speed this one's going, but it's going and it's catching up with me. I take my foot and I kick him off the bike. It's like a fucking game. But it's not. It's real life. And everything looks fucking real. Even the bike that I'm on is metal. I can feel the plastic underneath my bottom that I'm sitting on. The street lamps are on and it's nighttime outside. Like the scenery of it is no different than looking around in my room now. Next thing you know, my car has stopped. The two guys behind me are going at exactly the same speed as me. So they are still the distance that they were when I set off in the first place. But my car has stopped, so they're now getting closer because their car hasn't stopped, as in a quad bike. You see the woman that I left up in the house? It's like, say, she's right next to me now, but she's just ahead, coming out the sky, shouting at me, saying, wake up! Wake up! Wake up, Asher! Wake up! How? I'm in a dream, moving consciously in a dream, knowing that I'm in a dream reality, looking around, thinking, what the fuck? She's telling me to wake up. I'm on a quad bike that I can feel like I'm sitting on it for real. I pick up my leg and you know when you kind of move your leg around to come off the bike, and as I'm doing that, she's shouting at me saying wake up, because I was getting off the bike to start running. Before the voice come through, I was going to get off the bike and start to chip it, because obviously man and man's catching up. She's gone, wake up. I'm saying how? I'm halfway off the bike, wondering how. Next thing you know, I just start to pull through the seams of the fucking reality. And it's like that web, because obviously that was the point I was making, and like the words are being dragged out of my mouth. It was like a web stretching reality. You see, when I opened up the fucking scene of the dream reality, I could see my bedroom blood clot wallpaper. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah. I just start rip. It's like being in quicksand. It was like trying to rip through. I cannot even describe the matter of what it felt like. Other than when my man in the Matrix, when my man's mouth gets all together, when they put that bug in his belly like Matrix 1, yeah, with Neo, and you can just see his mouth stringing and he's thinking, what the fuck is going on? Because he can't believe that in this reality, in the 3D reality, his mouth is doing some fucked up shit that should never be allowed in this reality based on what we understand to govern, to be the laws of this reality. And that's the point. The laws of this reality are fake. But the people who made them up never said that they were absolute laws anyway. They've always been hypotheses. Gravity is a hypothesis. It's not an actual fact because there's too much of the world we don't actually understand in order to be able to give a definitive answer. So therefore, when they're saying you can't fly as a human, how can they say you can't fly? How can they be so limited and say you can't fly? But because they've told you can't fly, your mind ain't trying to fly. Because I tell you something, if you have a bird in the house and you don't show that bird that it can fly from young, that bird will never fly. That bird will never fly. That bird will never know that his wings can do what his wings do. It's just the same thing. You will never know what you can do mentally, spiritually, as in from a solid piece of ice. You will never know that you, as water, where you can go to flow. Because an iceberg don't know nothing. It just sits there. That's you, the tip of the iceberg, that bit of snow there. When underneath you got two other layers, your mental conscious and your subconscious, but you don't want to access them. So you just sit there like a block of ice watching water go. But you can be water too. It just takes a little meltdown. It just takes a little different perspective. Next thing you know, you're water. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, it's clear. Is that what it looks like down there? Green. What's that? Grass. What's that? People. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're realizing that you're in the water and it's a hot day. And you realize that you're ascending out of the water and you're actually flying up in the air as condensation. Now you realize that you actually can fly. You've gone from being a solid fucking iceberg to water, as in a sea or a lake or whatever. And now you're actually ascending as condensation up to the heavens. Bab. The iceberg would never know unless it got the opportunity to melt into water. And water would never know unless it got the opportunity to ascend into gas. So we're solids. You know what I'm saying? In this 3D form, we are led to believe that we are solid and that's all we are. That might not be the case. And for me, that is not the case. I'm not all solid. I'm not all solid. I'm a bit of water and I'm a bit of gas. But so are you. When you think about it, the human body, isn't that what the human body is generally made out of? Water, solids and gas, isn't it? Like bones and teeth would be considered solids for definitely. Yeah, everything else is just water. You know what I mean? And most of us are gas. Because I'm sure they said that when you condense the human body down into a carbon, it's literally probably about that big. There's probably about that much of actual solid matter, you know, that can be punched down into a tiny little piece like that. The rest of us are just water and gas, mate. So that means we must be able to transform with the water and gas, man. You know. Yeah. The things that I've seen about me and my kids and our avatar armor and powers, and I tell you something too, like I took some MDA, like my ancestors were just on at me, we want you to take these drugs, and I'm like, I don't take drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't take drugs. I come from an education background too, so I definitely don't take drugs. And it was like, we really need you to take these drugs. And I swear down for 2 years, I was just like, I just couldn't get into it, man. And I met a guy that I met from school, but again, he was a fuck nigger, so fuck nigger 2. And I was telling him what my ancestors were telling me. And then, like, after a certain period of us kind of hanging out, he came to my house one night and he had some of this hallucinogenic drug. It's not even a hallucinogenic drug, you know, to be fair, MDMA. It's not like mushrooms or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm not actually quite sure what kind of drug it is, but in that respect. But obviously, he brought it to the house anyway and said, you know what, Ash, I've bought it. There's no pressure for you to take it. I just bought it because you mentioned it. And if you did want to do it, we're here. I know what it's about. So at least I'm here to kind of guide or just make sure that you're okay. So I left it with Spirit for about 2 weeks and they were on it. But, you know, I have a thing with Spirit that if you tell me something 3 times, I'll do it. And they did, so I did do it. And I'll tell you something, like what I seen on him, his skin didn't transform. What happened, it's like, say, imagine he's got no tattoos, but now I'm seeing him with like black markings on his body. But they're written out in perfect lines. It's like geometry all over this nigga from his neck. When I say the line on his neck is so straight, but he's also got patterns in his hair. Like, yo, I've never seen anything fucking like it, man. A walking blood clot avatar. With these eyes, you know. I've got him up in the bedroom, spinning him around. There's markings over his butt cheeks because my man's naked. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We're at home, we're chilling on the bed. I'm seeing something like the moonlight's coming in. I'm seeing things on him. I'm trying to bat it away. Like, what the fuck is that? And I push his head back and I see more of it and I push it back some more. And there's more of it and I'm like, what? Then I've stood him up and then I'm seeing all around him. There's this, crazy. Maddos. But then when you take ayahuasca, it tells you when you take ayahuasca, you will see these things. When you take ayahuasca and hallucinogenic drugs, that's you traveling on different realities. But they tell you, oh, you had an hallucination. That's why these hallucinations feel so real. Because it's quantum leaping. You actually are where you are. You actually are experiencing what you're experiencing. And that's why it's so emotional. Not just because the mind can think it. People are, oh, the mind's really good at playing tricks. And no, it's not playing tricks, babe. It's some shit, bab. It really is what it is. But I'm hungry. And I've got something really nice downstairs that I want to eat. So I'm going to call it a day. But I could probably just pause it really, innit? Because it doesn't really matter, does it? Alright then. So I'll pause it. And if I feel like jumping back on, I will. And if I don't, then I won't. So what I will do, I will close it down just in case I don't. And then I'm not being rude, okay? But yeah, I feel like I'm thirsty. And I feel like I've just come back from shopping. And I bought some lovely little bits and bobs. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright. Alright, pause. Okay. I went downstairs, I got some food. So I'm going to nibble some food and play the rest of this, alright?
It's so many at jobs you work, in your home neighborhood where you lived in your family. If these people just stopped when they were told to stop, they could probably delay legal issues possibly 10, 15, 20 years. They would still get the karma. But it's so many people that have done so much. You know, by now they could have just walked away and gotten a job somewhere. You understand? And they'd have probably, child, you probably got so many people, God got it. You understand? If these people, but no, they want to keep on. Every single day they want to stay up in your energy. Every single day they want to stay right up close in your energy, hacking your phone, showing IP addresses, giving current evidence to the date that they're still GPS tracking you, committing crimes and trying to kill you. When you have spiritual divine protection and nobody is going to touch you, it's stupid. They're stupid. Because by now they could be in Alaska, whatever money they stole, and you know they stupid, so they didn't save no money.
I feel like the backlash from my previous show, it was actually awful. The backlash from...
Like I said, all these things that she's saying is it makes sense to my experience, especially around inheritance. And that's spiritual inheritance, but that's also inheritance left by my grandparents that I didn't receive.
But no, they want to stay right in your energy every single day, right in your energy. So so they can be closer to the court case, closer to everything, because they stupid. One final card to end this. Holy Divine Spirit. I need one final card to end this right now. So this air sign, Queen of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, they're going to have to let go and walk away. This fire sign and air sign of trying to pay people to sacrifice you, still with her weird self. You're a weirdo, Libra. You're a weirdo. Here's your Leo. Here's your Aries. Here you go, High Priestess. They're crying over you because they know they can't recover, even if they come toward you real fast. Even if they send somebody towards you to take action against you real fast, they're going to get kicked out your energy, the Five of Pentacles reversed. Here's your Aries, here's your Leo, and here you go, High Priestess. They can't touch you. You're a child of God. I'm Kuan Yin. This is Love of the Highest Vibration. We're getting ready to say our affirmation, invocations, and prayers. Let's get it. Cannot with these demons. These demons, they demon. They're going to demon to their death. I'm Kuan Yin, and this is Love of the Highest Vibration. Give me a second, y'all. 1 second here. Hey, I'm about to do my prayer. I want you to come into my live and pray with us.
Okay, I'll go.
All right, come into the live right now. We about to pray.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I show gratitude for my collective of the highest vibration of love. I show gratitude for the Most High God, Yahweh, Yeshua, Christ, Jehovah. I show gratitude for my beautiful daughter. I show gratitude for full restoration, financially, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, mentally, and physically. I show gratitude for the favor and protection that comes with being in alignment